Well. It is once more that time, ladies and gentlemen, for your midweek fantasy fix in Talking in the Library. I'm not sure if this is being called a Talking in the Library, to be honest. There's the problem that I've had the last few weeks is that Wednesday is the day that I do my show. Usually we get, 20 to 30 people in the chat. It's a good time had by all as we talk about fantasy topics with various guests. But Wednesday was not only Christmas Eve, but it was also today, New Year's Eve. So we'll see how we get on with the issue of attention span, which is why we're a bit early today, because I just don't think people are going to be turning up. But if you are here, do go ahead and give the stream a like, give the link a share to a few of your friends and family, because this will be a little bit more generic, and we'll just have a good little chin wag together, because it's been a year. With very little happening. I saw that just before we went live, a certain someone has sadly passed away. Timothy J. Cask, I believe his name was. Someone who was a big name in early TTRPGs, so may he rest in peace and the good Lord keep him. So if you are aware of that name, or you play tabletop quite a bit, I am not too aware of his work myself, but I am told from people who I trust, who are much older than I, that he is something of a pioneer in the TTRPG genre. So do keep his name in your prayers this evening. Other than that, welcome. I do have a guest. It's not just me. Oh, but before we get on to that, for 4 months, Inkguard level, Mr. Stephen. Inkguard for life, long live the Lost Lore Library. Thank you very much, sir. Can always count on the Paladin support. And there's Vindictor RPGs. Hello, Kenneth. Well, just be dropping by to say hi and bye. I need to go to New Year's Eve dinner. You enjoy your dinner, sir. And before I get distracted again, let's bring in Dean. Hello, Dean.
Hiya, Jack. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right. It feels like it's been forever since we've done this.
It has. And I've got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, you couldn't have told me this backstage, no?
No, God, no. All this talk you've had about Dritz versus Conan, about high fantasy. Well, I had to go and bring it out of storage and start reading it again, because I was so young when I first read this. Well, not this book. This is Vicky's book.
Sort of going back and reading for the first time once more.
It feels like it. A lot of the stories I've almost forgotten, and just his writing. Oh, sublime.
It is the writing of Howard is so incredibly meaty. Yeah, it's got this quality to it where the entirety of his work just drips, just oozes presence. It's not like this modern shim-sham that we get nowadays, which is fine. Oh, good. People are doing fireworks outside. It's not even midnight yet. So if you hear some fireworks, don't be alarmed. I'm not under attack. I promise. Possibly.
But if we do see them, we should be alarmed.
Oh, I will. We should be alarmed if you see them. Yeah. Yes. I'm going to just give a quick shout out to one Mr. Full Metal Dragon. Great day and New Year to all living entities, long-term lurker. Well, nice to see you in chat, sir. I do think I've seen you once or twice around and about. Maybe not in a chat, maybe in a comment. Or Full Metal Dragon might just be reminding me of a Yu-Gi-Oh spell card or a trap card, because I've been playing some Yu-Gi-Oh over the last couple of weeks. And now I'm thinking of Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. I am such a nerd.
I did note you did a lovely post on X about Yu-Gi-Oh.
About the Dark Magician with boobs.
I know, yes. A lovely card. It wasn't the only reason I watched the cartoon when I was younger.
That was one of the better, like Duel Monsters Battle City with the God cards was actually incredibly well written. I still go back and watch it sort of every couple of years, or have it on in the background. While I was doing some housework the other day, I was watching the duel between Kaiba and Yugi, just on in the background. I remember this happening. I remember how none of this made any sense.
Yes. You just had to believe in the heart of the cards.
Just believing that Yugi's deck was terrible.
It was.
The man just lucked his way to victory every time. So many bricks. Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Says Full Metal Dragon. Does that mean you're a Magic player? Magic's one of those things I never got to get into. It was never really around me. It was all Yu-Gi-Oh! And Duel Masters when I was in primary school.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Duel Masters, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit more niche. It was popular for all of 5 seconds.
Yeah, the card game I loved the most, collectible card game, was the Planescape one, the Blood Wars game they did.
I'm not familiar.
But it didn't catch on, and I was lucky enough, you create these warbands, and I had a card which was Uriel the Celestial Arrow, and a very powerful card. The moment they come into play, they can wipe out opposing warbands with ease. And it didn't help that whenever I brought Uriel out, I would say in this great voice, Uriel the Celestial Arrow, and slam it down onto the deck and then get absolutely pounded by every other player on the table. It was a fun
I
game.
summon Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards, and then I summon Pot of Greed.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Other than that, how was your Christmas, mate?
It was very, very good. Had family over. Vicky cooked a beautiful roast dinner. We make our gravy ourselves now.
Ooh.
And
you can't eat proper gravy.
They put a lot of additives in gravy, so it's pretty much we have stock with I think it's corn flour just to thicken it all, and then the juices of the turkey, and it's gorgeous. Not it's a pale gravy, but it tastes really good. Oh, there we go.
You can always count on the missus to stab you in the bloody back.
Yes. But how was your Christmas, sir?
We also did a big roast. We had a very small Christmas. We didn't really do the presents thing this year at all, because obviously the baby is due at the beginning of 26. So we thought, we'll save our shekels and we'll make sure that we can afford the kid. So yeah, the roast dinner we did a big joint of roast beef. And we got some stock, and we kind of made a paste for the beef, and we put that on there. And but the advantage of being married to an American is that the meat is always very well seasoned. Whereas if it was just me on my own, I'd just bung it in the oven and sort of let it do as it wanted, and then I would probably have just the meat.
Yes.
The bachelor life. It was not healthy for me.
I don't think it ever is. No.
I had a bachelor life.
I did. I absolutely did. In my early years, I lived on bread and beans. I couldn't even make toast.
Brilliant. At least I've always been able to make toast. I can say that. Tell you what, that's a question for chat, for all the men in chat. Before your significant others found you and rescued you, what was the most complex meal you were capable of as a young man? A young man! No one ever gets that reference. It's from Worms, when you bring out the grandma bomb.
Ah, yes.
He walks towards the worms and goes, "Young men!" and then explodes.
I loved Worms. It was such a good game.
What is this sorcery? They were the Worms was from a time gone by.
Yeah.
When video games were just, what do you mean we need a reason for the worms to be fighting?
Oh God, no.
Of course they're fighting. Worms 3D was my favorite.
Yeah. I only played it a few times. 2D was the one that Vicky and I played a lot of, and we could do all the voices. Stop picking on me and stuff like that. It was great, and my favorite with the Scottish worms.
Oh yeah. Did you ever play the ones with the pigs, Hogs of War?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that was a brilliant one. That was really, because you had the Trotters, the Jerrys. It was based on World War One stuff.
Yeah.
And when they died, they exploded. They just left the little boots on the ground to mark what they'd been. It was very, very funny. The helmet said "Born to Grill" on it.
Fantastic.
There you go. I found my missus and rescued my missus. She lived on sandwiches and hot dogs.
I do like hot dogs. I do like a good hot dog.
You see, Warlock, I am married to a woman who knows a lot of Latinas, and therefore I think I've got a little bit of hand-me-down knowledge from that part of the world. Worms is a great game for the cat. Split screen. Oh boy, remember split screen?
It was the rage back then. That was the way to play multiplayer, unless you were arranging a LAN party or something.
You had You had the CRTV, the tiny little CRTV, 640p, square, and you don't screen watch me, bro.
GoldenEye springs to mind when it comes to that. Yeah,
I played GoldenEye with my boss a few years ago because I brought a Nintendo 64 from a colleague, and he brought it into work, set it up to show me it worked in my office. And the boss came in, so the boss and I were just playing GoldenEye most of the day.
Oh, nice.
And I kicked his ass.
Did you go Odd Job?
No, I think we banned Odd Job.
That's a good move. Good move.
Jeffram, hello, welcome, sir. Let's get a little change in music here, shall we? Let's go for something a little bit more. This one. Just saw the notification. Yeah, YouTube can be a little bit iffy with how it handles notifications. I've found some people just don't get them. Some people get two. Which is why you need to click the little bell icon, Jeffram, when down by my name there. You just need to click the little bell, and it'll always push the notification to you when I go live. Although we are also live on X and Rumble for those people that do not like YouTube, for those of good conscience. Halo 3. I didn't like Halo 3. The control scheme weirded me out.
But 1 and 2 were okay?
I didn't play 1 and 2, to be fair.
Oh. Now, see, Halo 1, I loved it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my memory might be playing tricks, you could have 4 players on split screen with the first Halo.
And just have like this little box that you could see.
Yeah, you had your little corners, and it was chaos because, of course, there were no team games really. It was free for all, and whoever got the rocket launcher first typically yielded carnage across the map. It was good fun.
Yeah, Full Metal Dragon GameCubes for Smash Bros. I only really got into Smash Brothers with the Nintendo Switch because that's when it became accessible to me. No one I knew had it. No one had GameCubes.
I had a GameCube. Loved it.
Everyone around me had a PlayStation 2. That was the console.
To be fair, I think the PlayStation 2 was the better console.
Oh, definitely. The PlayStation 2 was the king of consoles, but it also had the most slop.
Yeah.
It was the Wii before the Wii.
Yeah.
I think they confused Oddjob and Knick Knack when they made the GoldenEye game. The height of the character made 0 sense. Fair.
Yeah.
I remember getting pistol whipped a lot. That's outside of the conversation on video games. He just remembers getting pistol whipped a lot. He asked too many people if they'd started drawing yet, and they just sort of out on them.
Oh.
Anyway, getting on to something more of a semblance of a topic, I suppose. There's been happenings for Untold Destiny, I believe.
There have been.
Do you want to say where you're at now? What's going on now?
Well,
for the nice people.
Yeah, the adventure is written and is in editing.
Ooh.
And I've taken a very different approach. So I did a lot of questioning. We went out on Facebook, X, asking a lot of specific questions around what do people want from an adventure. And given the nature of this adventure, it's kind of like it's an island, so it's fairly isolated. The free adventure is just the first part, the dungeon that kind of kicks off everything. The main adventure will be a full sort of, do I use the term sandboxy? But there are events that will happen regardless of what your characters are doing. And they will typically be timed. And I got this very simple mechanic. But it was, the thing I struggled with the most was how do you convey that without getting too wordy and without taking the GM's style and personality out of the adventure.
Yeah.
And there are too many adventures where you open it up and it gives you an NPC and it tells you exactly how the NPC should operate or how this scene should play out.
They script it for you.
Yeah, and I never like that. It's too wordy, it's too much. So I've actually, with my IT background, and Vicky came up with the suggestion as well, we've workflowed it. So what I've got is scenes, and it will be, for example, scene 1, arriving at the island, and it'll say what the scene entails. It's a role play scene, settle the players in, try and do the following, very bullet pointy. And you've got ahead of this all the information relating to NPCs, organizations, the island. So as a GM, you've got all that information at your disposal, but it's not done in a way where it removes how you want to play the NPC or how you visualize them coming across.
That is very much appreciated. I often find that when you read through modules, or you read through, it's sort of like you're reading someone's book.
Yeah.
But they couldn't be bothered to write the book, so they turned it into a module to trick you into reading their story.
Yes.
I'm interested in these sort of world event type of things. It's amazing how much of your philosophy and the philosophy of the Wayward Realms kind of intersect.
Really?
Because they've got the wound system, which you saw, that's very close to the wound system that you use. And you're now saying, okay, I've got this world event system, which is the exact same system that, well, not the exact same, but the same philosophy of the Wayward Realms, where the story kind of moves on without you regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's knowing how to do that in a written format, tabletop format. So they're obviously doing that in a computer format. And I've got a software engineering degree, done coding in the past. So I've taken that kind of principle, which is probably why there are similarities. And I've called them events, and typically events will chain one to the other, but give you freedom. But then there's events that happen regardless, given certain criteria or a random roll. And these are things that you just have ticking on in the background to make a living, breathing island and give the sense of urgency when it comes to certain things just moving forward. And of course, there will be part of the challenge of this adventure is you've got to keep the island profitable. And it's things like, the lumber camp is having lots of problems. Wyverns are attacking here. The mines have opened up an area and they're being attacked by undead. And you can choose not to do anything. But if you don't do anything, the profitability of the island begins to drop. But if you do something, it goes up. And if it goes up, then more traders come into the island. More goods are available. You get more in the way of rewards.
Storytelling in tabletop that I appreciate. Because it becomes, I think what I like, I've been trying to formulate what I enjoy and what I don't, because I find a lot of the people, when I make a critique video, they get very upset at me because they don't really understand why I'm complaining about things. And they're like, well, what do you like? Is a comment that I get very often. I think I like microcosms. I like small, self-contained areas within a larger context.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got your larger world.
Kaseya is the larger world, of which the starting area is the Harbour Protectorate, if you want to start in that area. Yeah.
But in this adventure, you've got a microcosm, which is this island, and this enables you to sort of play with your actions make more sense because it's a smaller area and they have a larger impact. I'm being told to check my DMs. I think we're about to be invaded. Okay, here we go. We're being invaded. Give me a moment. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls with the wife.
I know. I've got images of when the first time I got invaded with Dark Souls. I just jumped off a ledge into a ravine and died because I was scared.
Happy New Year, Midas. Happy New Year to you. Yeah. I got killed by the first invader, and then I invaded him back straight away, which was quite funny.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And then I got to Anor Londo, which is a great name for a city.
It is.
And immediately got invaded twice by the same person because I was trying to get to Solaire Summon Sign for One Scene in Smo. And that they were doing the glitchy backstab stuff with the Dawns, like they were built for PvP. Happy New Year, heretic. Happy you near? No, I'm not. What?
Happy
Anyway,
Nevia.
I need to get the correct music on. Give me just a moment while I bring in the old man here. Delva!
Greetings, sir.
Yes, there we go.
Welcome.
Welcome. Happy New Year, gents.
Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year.
How are we doing?
I'm doing all right. I don't know. I don't know if you guys had mentioned this earlier. I just kind of wanted to get this news out there. I don't know. I feel like a wet blanket all of a sudden. I'm sort of on the spot. I've usually
If this
got a lot to say,
is
but
if this is about the gentleman Chris Kursk.
I don't know a Chris Kursk, but
No, I've literally said his name at the beginning of the stream when I saw your post about it, and now it's gone from my head completely.
oh yeah, Tim Kask.
Tim Kask. There we are. Yes, we did mention that had gone by. This is the reputable source that I was talking to everyone about.
Yeah. Well, I know because Eric Tankar posted it up. I'm just kind of passing it along down the line. But no, I just wanted to take a minute, first of all, to say, well, Happy New Year. You know, it certainly can only go up from here, right? But anyway, Happy New Year to you, gents.
Happy New Year, sir.
You've had a wonderful holiday. And the other thing is, this is a drum I constantly beat on. And Jack, this is for you because you YouTube and anybody else out there. I don't care whether you YouTube or not. If you just want the experience, if you go to a con and you see guys like Mike Mornard, Alan Hammock, if you're lucky enough to be in an area where Rob Kuntz can attend a convention, whatever, take 5 minutes and talk to him if you want to. All right. I've met so many of them all the way back to Gary, and they're not unapproachable rock stars. They're dorks just like you and me. They're just nerds who want to be elves on graph paper for a few hours a night. But like I said in the little video I did about Tim just a bit ago, the guys who invented a brand new way to be entertained, and I want you to think about the significance of that. They invented a new way to be entertained. Not like they pioneered a filmmaking technique or, that. I mean, imagine it's the dawn of published works, and you've picked up Don Quixote by Cervantes, and you're like, wait a minute, this guy's recounting this like it actually happened, but it didn't. I mean, published third person omniscient fiction. That's where we're at right now. We're in just a brand new form of storytelling. It's the dawn of that age. I mean, imagine being in Persia in like 900 BC, and somebody brings out this black and white checkerboard thing and says, this is cavalry, this is a holy man, this is a king, this is his wife, and you're just staring at him like, what the hell am I witnessing here?
And then someone tells that guy to screw off because they're busy writing a complaint about the quality of copper.
Copper, yeah. As soon as I get through sending this nasty
they found more, by the way. They found more complaints about the same guy.
That guy just sucked.
Yeah,
that guy just sucked.
The fact we have more complaints on stone tablets about one guy, this one merchant from Samaria, is incredible to me. But I understand exactly where you're coming from.
But the point is, those guys are going away. I mean, I remember back in the early 2000s, there's a gentleman, an artist by the name of Jim Rosloff. And if you don't know Jim Rosloff's work, educate yourself. Grab any number of basic or AD&D PDFs from early in D&D's history and just look at that guy's sumptuous artwork. Jim Rosseloff and I bantered back and forth a little bit in email, and I'm gonna interview Jim just like I did Gary. I just gotta get around to it, and I didn't get around to it. These guys are not gonna live forever. They were older teenagers and adults when some of us weren't even born yet, and they were starting the hobby. Don't sleep on meeting these people, on talking to these people, about finding out some of the history of the game that we all love. So
that is incredibly wise words from a gentleman that I respect greatly. And thank you for coming on to preach that, because it's something that applies not just to this hobby that we all hold so dearly, but to life in general, that to history as a concept, really, because history is always occurring, and you never know when something will be the last time. So to hold on to those things that are dear to you.
Absolutely.
My one of the things that's been happening for the last few months is my grandmother, my father's mother, has been fighting quite nasty cancer. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit deep for a second, chaps. And she is not the sort of woman to fight. She's a tough lady. Let me get something a little bit. Let's go with this. She's a tough lady because she's from an era where she's had to be tough. But she is not the sort of woman that would stand and deliver, so to speak. She needed something to hold on to, and what she's holding on to is the birth of her grandson, which is supposed to be happening in March. We'll see if he decides it's going to be February. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is, there is always something to hold on to and to hang around for. Whether it's the video game that you're really looking forward to, whether it's the birth of a child, whether it's wanting to meet someone, or whether it's just to read another book. Keep your chin up, lads. Keep your chin up. And you know what? We'll get on to something a little... You gonna hang around for a mo, Delver?
Yeah. I've got a few minutes.
Because Jeff from Denkar says, for 10 Canadian dollary dues, thank you very much, sir. Happy New Year, gents. What are your biggest hopes and concerns related to TTRPG hobbies for the new year, be it related to the companies, people, or products, or other parts of the hobby? My really easy one here is I'm kind of looking forward to this Untold Destiny shtick, which is due to drop in the new year. What about you two?
Shall I go next? Yes.
You can fight each other for the spot if you like.
My biggest hope is that we don't go unnoticed when we drop Untold Destiny, and that people love it. They see something special in there. If you're after that sort of engaged combat feel and a very open, flexible system, then I'm hoping word gets out. I'm hoping people find out about it. My biggest fear is always the algorithms that AI controls now across all social media platforms, that if you're a small independent, you're struggling against it constantly. And I'm hoping, in fact, on X, a few months back, they had the algorithm wasn't working, allegedly, and I had the most exposure I've ever had on X. People were seeing my posts. I'm sure, Jack, Dungeon Delver, you must have seen the same.
I've
big uplift.
I've had a massive decrease on X in the last few months.
I have since then. It's been getting harder. So that's my biggest fear, is that in trying to get the word out, in trying to talk about, and we got our indie reviews, which are going down well. I want to celebrate the independent creators of this hobby space. And my greatest fear is that we're struggling against AI to get the word out there.
AI is going to be an
Yeah.
issue.
Mm.
What about you, Delver?
Well, hopes for the new year. I I have seen a quiet resurgence of the old school aesthetic for whatever value you want to give
Mhm.
old school. I hope that continues, because I feel like, uh, I mean, in newer forms of D&D, starting back with third edition, I always found stuff to complain about, but I felt a commonality between the players and what they were playing, and players of the old school and what we were playing. And it was the differences that annoyed me so much, to make me, get out there and be a little edition warrior on the internet. But I see less and less of that commonality now, like
Mhm.
like just vast amounts of it less. So what I hope is that we see more people kind of returning to the fold for whatever value of old school, coming back and settling back in, and saying, oh, okay, well, this is a little crunchier, this is a little bit more what I like.
Mm.
This, I hope that whatever your gateway in, and wherever you settle to be comfortable, whether it's with, third edition, second edition, OD&D, AD&D, some form of basic, the people continue to do that, and that the part of the hobby I love doesn't just become a museum piece played by old gray-headed fatbeards. My fear is that, that Wizards of the Coast will continue to bury the hobby, not necessarily through malice, but just through ignorance, just through
Greed.
greed. I honestly, with respect, I don't say this as a personal attack, but rather just as an observation. Again, in 2025, we saw, I think, literally the last man standing from the AD&D era, who a fellow, I think it was Chris Perkins, who left Wizards of the Coast and had written first edition AD&D articles for Dragon magazine.
And now he's working for is it Barrington Press?
Darrington Press.
Darrington Press.
Darrington Press, yeah. So, and I honestly, again, this is not a personal attack, but I don't think anyone pulling levers at the D&D division of Wizards of the Coast has even the faintest connection or anything. It's like, when Gary came back to TSR, when he heard the company was in trouble, when he left California, which of course meant the D&D movie that was in pre-production died, the D&D cartoon died on the vine, so many projects just because he wasn't there to shepherd them. He walked into a boardroom full of people who literally did not know what TSR made. What they board games? Do we make board games? I don't really. I'm just,
Empty, soulless suits that don't sell anything.
And while I won't go so far as to say they're empty, soulless suits, I just feel like there's a similar level of disconnect. It's like, hey, do you know when D&D? Yeah, 2000, right? That was when D&D really began. That's like the old D&D, and it's just like I feel like we've hit that same level of disconnect. So my fear is that just out of sheer not knowing what they're really, oh, what does this lever do? I'm just going to pull this. Don't
GK Chesterton yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, maybe this will be a note of hope for you. Maybe it will be an addition to your despair. We'll see. I have, for a few years now, especially over on the Cognito, have been saying that Dungeons and Dragons kind of needs to die, so that as the phoenix dies, it can be reborn from those ashes. Sometimes you just need to go start again, fresh slate, and kind of return to roots. And we've seen a few properties doing this in terms of how they approach what made them great in the first place, and which usually means a step away from the idea of mass market appeal and a step toward this target market area. I was talking to you about this a few days ago, Dean.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, things like Untold Destiny, things like Tales from Trinity City, Shadow Dark, that was very successful, targeting a very specific part of the market. You'll see the DNA of the old school in various ways, shapes, and forms come to the surface. Just before you joined the stream, Delver, we were actually talking about Dean's event system in the upcoming Taster adventure for Untold Destiny, and how that is very similar philosophically to the way Gary described running the world around the players. So it's these philosophies might not be a one-for-one representation of what was there originally, but what's there originally is still there. Like you're very fond of saying to everyone on stream, you can still go and buy the books; they've not gone anywhere.
Yeah.
But you'll find that as we are still at the beginning of this hobby. I mean, what, it's 50 years old this year? We're less than 100 years in. Iteration and innovation will still take hold, and I think that you'll find that there'll be an upward swing.
Well, I hope that's true. I hope that's true, and perhaps a little less lofty, a little bit more down to earth. I hope to have a lot of fun in just literally a couple of weeks. I'm flying up to Philadelphia. I'm going to Page, the Philadelphia Area Gamers Expo. Lots of fun up there. Ron Mishkler has very generously invited me up there, so I'm going to be doing that. And then this summer, I'm going to EggCon up in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, birthplace of D&D. And I'm doing my own little convention in April. I hope you guys will all hop on.
The Great Underground Online Gaming Convention.
That's right, the GWOC. I hope everyone will join us over there, and it's free. It's online. It's on Discord. Come play, run your international. Here's the thing: you go to a convention, and it's like, okay, the gaming halls open at 10 in the morning. And then they close at 11 at night, right? That's it. The security guard comes by. You guys going to finish up your Pokemon tournament or whatever it is? Get out. I got to lock these doors. I got to go home, and you're like, well, we got to, pack. Well, the great thing about the GWOC is, Jack, you want to run a game at 6 in the afternoon, your time, for players in the UK. And that's what, midnight, 1 in the morning here. It doesn't matter because it's online, it's virtual. You guys can just grab a room.
Well,
so
I might look into the possibility of doing Tittle from the GWOC. We'll see if I can make that work.
Would love to see it.
Other than that,
that's 2026. Looking ahead, just want to keep
staring down the barrel.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep growing the channel and having a good time with you awesome people.
And hopefully 2026 will be another year of good growth for all three of us.
Yeah.
By the way, chapettes, if you have not yet, do like the stream, do share the stream to a single friend, and or maybe a Discord community, because that does help the numbers. Word of mouth really is the only real support that I need. I appreciate memberships, absolutely appreciate memberships, but sharing the stream, sharing the content, that goes leaps and bounds further in some ways. But I won't say no to your money. Other than that, is there anything else from chat that should we talk about something a little less with a little less gravitas, a little less weightiness to it? Delver sort of dropped in here and said, "By the way, gravity, Sauron's returning." I do like to think sometimes I never know with Delver. He turns up and it's either he's T-posing as a meme, or the fire dims and he takes a puff from a long pipe, his face lit by the embers under bushy brows. I bring grave news. Dark things stir in the east. The Nazgul are abroad.
No, I think the Nazgul were all men.
No, God. Oh,
My favorite plant-based monster is Dark Tomato, because when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one dark type monster from your deck in attack mode with 1400 or less attack. That's what you meant, right?
Words.
Fredo. Yeah, this is something that I do need to address. Fredo. Do you guys know what a Fredo is? Dean should.
I'm racking my brains. You know what my memory's like? I probably do. It's probably in there somewhere.
The little chocolate bar? The little
frog-shaped
chocolate bar, Fredos?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if they're a thing over in the UK, over in the USA.
No, I thought you were talking about Michael Corleone's brother.
Well, a Fredo is...
That's Fredo, sorry.
A Fredo's a little chocolate frog, and it used to be like a penny. And so you can measure inflation by the Fredo in the UK. Now they're like £1 something. It's called the Fredo economy. Anyway, my dad was trying to guess the name of the baby. And he said, knowing me, I'm probably going to call it Fredo or something. And my sister sort of looked at me, what do you mean Fredo? The guy that took the ring to the mountain.
Oh my God.
God bless my father. I mean,
oh God.
To be fair,
Fredo.
If it was twins, I was gonna name them after the sons of Elrond.
Oh no.
Non-ironically, I was going to do that.
I told you my wife's middle name was Arwen, right? Like,
yeah.
For reals?
Yeah.
I am the husband of Arwen, the brother-in-law of Galadriel, and the father of an Eowyn. So
nice. I don't really.
And an Elbereth. Sorry, lest I forget Rose.
Sorry. I don't see a problem with naming children after mythology or grand works of literature. I don't see a problem with it at all.
When I told my mom that that my youngest middle name was Elbereth, she looked at me and I said, yeah, it's another Tolkien name. I guess that's kind of unusual. And my mom was born and raised in rural Alabama, and she said, "Oh no, there were girls named Elbereth." And I was just like,
"What?
Really for real?" And she's like, "Yeah." So, I mean, it kind of sort of tracks. We did have a lot of English immigrants who came over. So, and Tolkien was not given to just, his names came from real words, and they were real names.
They weren't just made. They have meanings.
Yeah, they have meanings. So that I was just like, well, today I found out when she told me that.
I mean, look, if you've got people wandering around with names like Jack and Dean and Bill, let's have some flair to a couple people,
Absolutely.
Sorry, dude. No offense.
None taken at all. I'm trying to think. So there was a name. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but what was the girl and the woman in there who went completely mad in season 8?
Daenerys.
It was an heiress, and a load of people
Daenerys,
named their
yeah.
children before that event happened. And all I remember is season 8 came out. I looked at a few videos about just how bad it was, and then
Bro, do you know how many late Gen Xers named their son Sephiroth?
really,
Final Fantasy.
No.
yeah, but Sephiroth is cool. I can see that.
That can't be. That can't be.
I
Hold
wish
on.
it was a lie. I
How
wish it was a
many
lie.
people in real
You
life
can
are
see
called
how much of an impact. No one named their kids Cloud.
Well,
Hang
that's
on, my
probably
camera's
because
just-
Cloud is
There we go.
a bit of a dumb name.
Cloud is.
Unless you're Lakota Sioux, and then I think
In the United States in 2021, 7 boys were called Sephiroth.
there you go.
To be fair, it does derive from Hebrew, meaning emanations are attributes.
Yeah.
So it's Kabbalah stuff.
Get a little bit of the tribe in there, but
Kabbalah stuff? Kabbalah? How do I pronounce that?
Kabbalah, I think.
1 out of every 265,806 baby boys born in 2021 are called Sephiroth.
There you go.
You could just introduce yourself as Seth.
Yeah, you could. You could.
During Nerdcognito, someone said they loved the Chronicles of Amber. Yeah, but I mean, Corwin's one of those names. It's like, oh well, that's a little frou-frou, but you can just kind of roll with that. But I mean, you've either got to be like an ass kicker or an absolute bookish shut-in if your name is Sephiroth.
I want to know how many people in real life are called Aragorn. No official data. 2 children in Scotland are reportedly named Aragorn and Boromir. Whoever called your children Aragorn and Boromir, God bless you.
Is that in the same family?
I hope so. No, actually, no, I don't hope so. I hope that if you have 2 sons, you would call the elder one Boromir and the younger one Faramir.
Yes,
I'd be willing
absolutely.
to bet that you guys do know this, but have you guys heard the story about the Samwise Gamgee who wrote J.R.R. Tolkien?
What?
There was a fellow in England by the name of Samwise Gamgee.
Yes.
He wrote a fan letter to Tolkien, and Tolkien signed a set of his books and sent them to him.
Oh, that is... Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the United States, there are 33 people currently called Aragorn.
Once again, the U.S. proving superior country.
Hold on. What's there can't be. How many people? I know I'm not gonna say Conan because there's obviously a very famous example. How many people in real life are called Drizzt? Wow.
A lot.
There is at least one.
Oh, that's one too many.
There is at least one person in the USA called Drizzt.
That's one too many. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be really one too many? How many people in real life are called Raceland? There are 7 baby boys in 2021 called Raceland.
That's a shame. If there's any.
I do like the name Raceland. It's
good for you.
It's good. The wheezing.
Weasels ripped my flesh. Drizzed. That's if you get that, you are truly a music nerd.
What I find funny is when people accidentally call Drizzt Drizzit, because in the book, when he goes to the surface, I think this is in Sojourn, he says Drizzt, and all the kids start calling him Drizzit. So it's actually within. Although I think Salvatore would actually remember writing that. From what I've seen of him in interviews, he doesn't actually remember most of what he's written, which is fair enough because he's written a lot.
I can understand that. Yeah, as you get older as well, there's only so much space up here. Stuff has to go.
Yeah, I'm finding that. Let's. What is a? Well, this stream has cost me a subscriber. What are the sort of famous fantasy name? Elric.
Elric, yeah.
Elric. How many children are called Elric? Google. Very rare name. Yeah. 172 in the United States called Elric.
That's quite a lot.
Elric's an okay name, though. You can sort of say, oh, it's Eric, but Elric. In fact, I'm pretty sure on the audiobook I was listening to, the guy reading the book accidentally called him Eric several times.
Eric of Meldebone. Don't you mean Elric? No, Eric.
It's the Wish version of Elric.
Yes.
Timu Elric. He's just he spends a lot of time on Xbox. He doesn't get out a bunch, so he's just kind of pale,
Fantastic. There's got to be another. What is a very famous, a famous fantasy character that isn't famous to the world at large that we haven't done yet?
Mordenkainen.
Too famous. Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes is a big book. We could try Elminster.
Elminster.
Elminster's quite famous, though.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lot with that.
Nope, doesn't seem to be. So we'll try Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen. I actually spelled it right too. Nope, no one called Mordenkainen.
Oh, Jack, you got a chance to fix it.
No, I don't. I'm not doing that to him. Poor boy. No, I do. We do have Morty's an okay name, actually. We do have, at least it was until the show came out. We do have an excellent name picked out for him, but it is, of course, a secret, and probably will be kept a secret from the audience at large. But I might tell you guys.
Oh, it sounds like we got fireworks. Yeah, no, it's contagious.
Yeah, people are oh, let's go set off some fireworks before it's time to do so.
Absolutely. So keeping with the theme, Manchun. I mean, that's a cool name. Manchun.
Manchun?
Yeah.
I know that one.
Sounds like a Sax Romer villain.
The founder of the Zentarim.
That's the guy.
No.
No. Oh.
Try this one for my most recent stream guest, Robilar.
Oh yeah, old Rob Kuntz.
Yeah.
Is it Robelar?
Robilar.
No, don't try and correct me, Google. I know better than you. No. It actually brings up Rob Kuntz, though.
Yeah, this guy. Oh, okay.
Big B, honestly, maybe. I don't want it to be.
Neither do I.
Apparently is a more established English and American surname.
Ah.
Yeah. My mom actually grew up with some Big B's.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Too common there. Whoever said Big B, heretic. Let's do one more. Let's do a good one. Aslan. Okay, my love. We'll try Aslan.
Aslan.
It's a real life name meaning lion, so there are probably some Turkish people called Aslan. But in 2021, 92 baby boys and 5 baby girls were named Aslan.
Wow.
That's cool.
It's a pretty name.
Yeah. I do like names that mean lion. I do like lions are my favorite animal. Because I also want to be sat around doing nothing surrounded by a harem.
I have got one.
The joke?
And it's purely because I want to know whether
You
the
got a
name
harem?
is no, whether the name is as special as Phoebe Buffay said it was, which is Agamemnon. Has anybody named their child Agamemnon of late?
Agamemnon from the Bible?
No, Greek. It's
Oh yeah, he was the king of the not the Spartans. Was it Spartans?
trying to remember.
The
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Around about that time. It was also a very kick-ass battle cruiser in Babylon 5.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be.
It's a special name then.
Can you imagine? Like, do you remember learning to read and write?
Yeah.
And how difficult it was to learn to write and spell your own name? Can you imagine the poor kid called Agamemnon? What's your name, little boy?
Aggie.
Aggie. It would be Aggie. Yeah.
Aggie, A-G-G-I. Just call myself Aggie. Or A-G-G-Y, whichever.
I mean, I'm going to regret doing this. Hold on. No, good. I'm glad. There's no one called Elrond.
Well, Hubbard.
But... what was his dad's name? Guy with the Silmaril. Oh, my mind. Was a mariner.
Fëanor?
No,
The
Fëanor
shipwright?
the ship, the not the shipwright. That's Círdan. So and so was a mariner. He now has the star of on his
Glorfindel?
brow. No, that's
No.
the guy. Oh wow, my brain is just functioning. I can see the word. Elrond's dad. His wife turned into a bird, flew out to him as he went to Valinor. Come on, Delver.
It's
Arendelle.
Arendelle.
Yes.
Yes, and
Arendelle was a
Elwing.
mariner. And he sailed in a fair silver ship. Arendelle. There is at least one documented individual who legally changed their name to Eärendil Steen. Apparently they found a bright star at some point and named that Eärendil.
Well, I know for a fact any of the girls' names from Tolkien are gonna at least pop up with one each. My wife's family and then our family assured that happening. But and I mean you could feel horrible doxing my own child, but you could make the argument that my youngest daughter got 2 Tolkien names because she's a Rosemary and an Elbereth. So Rosie Cotton, and
I mean, you could say there's a lot of Tolkien names going around. For example, you're called Bill.
Yeah.
And I specifically called my horse in Daggerfall while you were in the stream once, Bill. After
Right.
Bill Fernie, also Bill the Pony, and
yes. And I mean, this is a bit obtuse, but the architect of Helm's Deep, Helm Hammerhand, Helm, of course, the general meaning is protector. William goes back to the old Germanic Wilhelma, which comes from Halma, which comes from helmet, which means helm, protector. Same. It's
oh,
just same root,
Tolkien!
so.
You could tell you were a language professor.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's me struggling just to make names that kind of sound pretty, and he had this entire history and reason for the way they sounded.
Yes. I go back to this meme from time to time, and I think it's absolutely appropriate. Tolkien. It's the Chad Tolkien thinking about, the word balloon. I'm going to invent an entire language, base it on Germanic and Old English, just and then write some stories around it.
Yeah, like
and then there's the
J.K. Rowling, I'm gonna write a story. You got George R. R. Martin, I'm gonna write a story. George R. R. I think I've screwed up somewhere along there, but then you got Tolkien turning up. I made a language. Time to write a story for it.
Yeah. Or George R. R. Martin, I'm going to, or Tolkien, I'm going to spend 5 pages describing this tree. George R. R. Martin, I'm going to spend 5 pages describing Daenerys taking a big diarrhea poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
how many Beowulfs? Well, I was just looking for how many Bilbos. 53,000 records with the surname Bilbo. Apparently
Seriously?
Yeah. It's apparently there are about 302 people in the United States called Bilbo. Beowulf. I am Crusher. I am Biter. The name Beowulf ranked among the top 1,000 names in the US. 10 baby boys in the US in 2021 were called Beowulf. Those boys were lucky.
Any Meriadocs?
That's a cool name, to be honest. I think he did just rip that from. It is actually an ancient Welsh name as well. So he did just rip that from real life. And Peregrine's a real name, obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, here's a list of famous people called Meriadoc. First person, Meriadoc Brandybuck. Fantastic. But yeah, actual real name. And I only really know that because I've got too many hours in Crusader Kings. Denethor? Okay, we can try Denethor.
And then Theoden, which I mean that was Theo,
Doesn't appear that anyone called anyone Denethor. Which is a shame because Denethor gets a bad rap.
Boromir would have called him the Denethor. Took you a second, Dean.
What else did we get asked about?
Faramir.
Faramir.
Well, we know there's a Boromir. Faramir? Generating.
Boromir would have called you king.
Well, 4 months ago, on Reddit, someone got a baby boy due, and they want to call it Faramir. So if there isn't one yet, there might be in the future. I'm surprised Boromir's got a name, but Faramir hasn't. Well, no, I'm not.
Hang on a second, guys.
Wolfgang sounds very cool indeed. It does indeed.
Yeah. I don't think the films helped the name Faramir. You'd have to have read the books to truly understand what a strong character he was.
Yeah. I mean, the films didn't do too badly with him, but then again, the films really made Boromir out to be much better than him.
Yeah.
But then again, even reading the books, Boromir is probably my favorite character.
Boromir, his heart was in the right place, but it would have led him down a very dark path.
This is why he's my favorite character, because he is the example of probably how I would have gone.
Yeah.
Like when I look at Boromir, I don't see myself as a big, strong warrior, but I do see myself as someone that would fall. So I look at Boromir and I go, if a great man like that can go down, there I ain't got no chance.
How about Amber?
Amber?
Éomer.
Oh, Éomer. Come on, enunciate, Bill.
I did. Jennifer Boromir.
Again, Éomer is taken directly from Beowulf, apparently.
Okay.
4 boys were born with the name Éomer between 1998 and 2022 in Germany.
What about Hama? And I wonder if you have...
Welcome, great old ones. Should I be welcoming the great old ones? That seems like it'd be a mistake.
It's too late now.
It is. You've welcomed them.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to know anyone that is called Hengist in the modern age.
Hengist.
A small number of people were given this name in the UK in the 19th and 20th centuries. How about Horsa? My ancestors. No, no one called Horsa.
It's like I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, your last name, Bill, that's Welsh. That you must have deep Scottish roots." No, it just got changed to Ellis Island. It's Spanish. my kin rolled in from the Iberian Peninsula, so it's just they're like De Silva. No, we're not calling you that. It's here.
There is.
That happened a lot, by the way. There's a lot of people with very quote unquote ordinary sounding names in the U.S. If you trace their ancestry back to Ellis Island or any other intake points in the U.S., it's like some clerk was just like, "No, you're Johnson." Well, I'm Johanneston. It's Johnson. People aren't going to want to call you that. It's Johnson. I'm writing down Johnson. Welcome to America, Mr. Steve Johnson. It's Sven Johannes. No, we've written it down already. Here's your paperwork. Welcome to the United States. I'm not making that up. That's literally what happened. Just like, welcome to America. Here's
Based.
your name. Based.
I will say there is at least, according to this, one person running around with the name Gandalf.
Yeah, it's Gandalf. Gandalf Stormcrow, Gandalf Greyhound, Gandalf White.
Saruman? I don't think there's anyone to be called Saruman. No one.
Isildur!
Maybe Isildur. I do like the name Isildur.
It's a good name.
There's so many Tolkien names which could just work.
Yes. Phonetically, they just sound great put together.
Yeah.
In fact, he stole all the good names.
That's why you get those
no
weird...
recorded usage of Isildur.
Well, somebody fixed that, Jack.
Oh, wait.
Get on it.
The great old ones. My grandfather from Hungary was changed to Turner at Ellis Island.
Hungary to Turner? That's a hell of a shift, but okay. Also, that your grandfather was named Hungary. That's pretty pretty base too.
Maybe they misunderstood. Maybe he was just, hungry.
Welcome to America. What's your name? Hungry. Okay, so you're from Hungary. That doesn't matter to me, but I've written it down, so that's how it is now.
Brilliant. Utterly brilliant. Well, this was going to be the New Year's stream. We've turned it into... I wonder how many Tolkien names exist in real life stream. Brilliant.
Well, so anything in 2025, and we'll keep it specific gaming related. Jack, you didn't do. Like, was there anything that you're like, oh, I wanted to do that, but now it's 2026?
No, don't think so. I have no regrets. No, I don't.
No
think so.
regrets.
No regrets.
I should have played more AD&D. I don't feel like I played enough AD&D.
You'd say that on, you could do a 12-hour session and then go, that could have gone longer.
It could have, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you played AD&D for 12 hours, Bill? Yeah, but I could have played for 13.
Yeah.
What about you, Dean?
No, I think I have achieved a lot this year.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, really happy with the progress. In fact, Vicky's going through the stats. Just our New Year message, I think, is going to look back at where we started, where we are now. Good. And with the help of people like you, Jack, people like Bill, and the community around us, I think we found a home here, which I didn't have at the beginning of the year. So no, I feel truly blessed at the end of this year.
It has been a good year for not just making new friends, but for deepening friendships with people in the community. I hate that word. the show has gone really well. We've done, we haven't done one every week, but Talking the Library every Wednesday, nearly every Wednesday, 35, 36 episodes. That's a long running series. We'll see what happens when we get up to like episode 50. Maybe do something special.
Oh yes.
But it's things have been going in a certain direction, channel wise, social media wise, where I'm experiencing an amount of success, and it's opening up avenues for other pursuits throughout 2026. So really, I do feel as if this year has positioned me, you, Dean, and you as well, Del, that it's positioned for a further expansion, a further breaking of one's limits. And I'm very much looking forward to what 2026 has to offer. There'll be its pains and its hurts, of course, as there is with any year. But I realize I keep bringing this up, but with the boy on the way and the channel doing well, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a struggle, but it'll be a struggle worth struggling through. Hey, Damien, welcome. Last leg day of 2025. Well done, sir.
How many legs did you go through in 2025, Damien? Just one left.
Are we talking legs of meat? I've gone through a few.
So I gotta relate this because this is like the level of ridiculous you guys have come to expect from me. We used to sit around, maybe on substances. I'm not gonna say whether or not that was happening, but how familiar are you guys with Hero System?
I'm not.
You're not, Dean?
Hero System.
Hero System.
Unless it was called something else in the UK, I'm thinking Hero Quest or something like that, and I'm sure
Champions.
It's not that. Oh, Champions. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, then you'll get this, and we'll explain it to Jack so he can get in on the funny. But we used to come up with the most god-awful power frameworks or powers in general, and I won the night. With this power. Auto fire, drain, from comeliness to extra limbs, always on, only usable on self. No conscious control. So what that means, Jack, is when you activated this power, it would not turn off. It would take points from your comeliness, that is your physical appearance, and generate extra limbs only on you, and it's auto fire, so it's like a machine gun. When you activated this power, you would start sprouting extra arms and legs at a rate of 3 or 4 every few seconds and get uglier. Always. It would never stop. You basically, the second you activated this power, it would turn you into a Lovecraftian horror. And when I threw that out there on the table, people just kind of reacted like you are, Jack. Just look of dismay, confusion.
Why?
Why not? Because we.
To be honest, this sounds like the grafted scions or Godric the Grafted from Elden Ring, where they're just sort of sticking extra limbs onto each other.
Another that really it sounds funny, but it's less. You can buy a power with invisible power effects. So, like, let's say you want to energy blast somebody, but it's like you want to be an assassin. You just want to sit across the room and energy blast somebody, but you don't want to see a big red or blue or yellow glowing beam when it happens to them. So you can buy invisible power effects. And they still get knocked back. They still get a hole burned in them. They still get disintegrated or whatever. But one that I thought, like on paper, just by description, sounds funny, is aid to body. And when you take body damage in Champions or Hero System, you're actually physically bleeding, or you have a broken limb or a burn on you or something like that. So if you've taken body damage, it's serious. So aid to body, usable on others, invisible power effects. With the idea that somebody would be horribly injured and bleeding out, and you would activate the power, and they would no longer be taking damage. They would no longer be in danger of losing their life, but they would still appear that way. But that's not what invisible power effects means. It just means, your hands wouldn't glow, or, they wouldn't be surrounded by an aura of energy. But again, I thought on paper the idea of, oh God, please, I'm bleeding, help somebody, please. It's horrible.
You just play dead.
And you're just like, Blum, you're cured. No, the bleeding's not stopping. No, you're fine.
This is a grafted scion. Let me know if this is kind of what you had in mind when you made that freakish limb character.
All right. Why is there a naked man in the middle of the screen, Jack? All right.
There's many limbs. Limbs upon limbs. Anyway, you get the idea. He's got limbs.
You're really good at that game, Jack.
Thank you. I was just playing a bit there. Oh, hey, me. Me. Let's probably do this.
Not so much. This is actually just a person sitting there, and just suddenly they just start multiplying on them at a rate of like 3 or 4 a second,
and it doesn't stop.
Exceptionally painful.
And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
And they get uglier. So oh my God, that's. I take it's got to stop when there's just no more body space for limbs to appear. Or does a limb disappear and another limb appear? So it's like this folding in and folding out of limbs.
I mean,
wheels on wheels.
I would leave that to the individual game master, but yeah,
or limbs start popping out of limbs.
Mass of arms and legs just slowly.
Isn't this kind of like that One Piece character, the lady with the hands?
With the
yes,
hands.
Ladies do have hands by and large.
Yeah.
That's
this is a lady that can spawn more hands, just infinitely. I think.
I
don't know One Piece, so I couldn't tell you.
I've got images of the Shah and their multi hands.
I've got images, but I don't want to express them because the body horror is a little bit.
Yeah.
Limbs everywhere, just many limbs.
Yeah. What? Oh,
yeah. Akira. Yeah, it does remind me of Akira.
Yeah. That's kind of. I mean, in the case of Tetsuo, it would be all of those horrible things I just said, but rather than extra limbs, growth. Just like body growth, and just like drain from comeliness.
There are several areas of the internet that are really into that.
Yeah, and I don't want to know about them. I don't.
Whatever you do not Google big knee lover.
I won't. I absolutely will not.
I have not broken terms and conditions there, YouTube. It's not pornographic.
Yeah. Corn. You got to say corn.
Well, no. If I say it the intellectual, analytical way, it suddenly becomes educational purposes.
There is okay. So this is relevant to the New Year's thing. There's a topic I would love to do a YouTube short or a full YouTube video on, and I've kind of touched on it when I did team up with Richard Witters and Tim Imholt, but it was on Tim's channel, so I was safe. And it is the succubus in the first edition AD&D Monster Manual. She is based on an actual model in the October 1977 very popular men's magazine that uses a bunny as its mascot. I have researched it. Like I can't. Yes, I have. I have the issue. I have the issue.
Honey, it's research.
Yeah. So Dalva, how many hours a day do you spend researching this?
usually like 20 minutes and then another 20 minutes and then 20 minutes before bed. But no, I have tried to find out from YouTube, asking their support AI thing, like how I could possibly discuss this and not lose my damn channel, and I can't. I just can't. If anybody out there wants to know, it's the October 1977.
I don't lose my channel over.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what the thing is. It's the October 1977 magazine that uses a bunny rabbit as their logo, and you can leaf through and find it if you have a 1E monster manual.
Just let's.
I can risk your channel. I mean, you're small. You can bounce back.
Well, thank you. Actually, you might do me a favor, because this big YouTuber got me banned on purpose. Give me.
There you go. There you go.
I don't. There's a difference, though, isn't there, between a subscriber that subscribes because they like you and a sub that subs because whatever. Well, I much prefer. Also, hello, Bingo. I see you in there. There are sort of like tiers of subscription where
that's what I get every time I look at my metrics. Tiers.
But it's like there are people that genuinely engage with the little community that I've built here, which is great. Like you got your Paladin Steves, you got your Heretics, you got some new ones. You got Bingo, you got the great old ones, and and there's Damien. He's quite often around. So you recognize the names of people, and you value that sort of subscriber a lot more than you do, the nameless masses that never interact. Although I say that, I do value every single one of my subscribers. I love all my children equally.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I mean, if everyone showed up to my live streams or watched my videos, everybody that subscribed. I know there's a bunch of people out there who got hooked in by one video, watched part of a live stream, and then they never click play on another video again. I get that. That's just how that works. I mean, people tend to curate their content, right? You'll go and you'll subscribe to, Every Games, to Lost Source Scholar, to Elver's Dungeon, with the full intent of, I'm going to check this guy's content out. This was a cool looking video I watched 30 seconds of. And then they just forget about it. Just never go back to it. Yeah. But there's a core of people who are always loves all the children listening rate 3 to 6 limbs a second. But no, I think there's always going to be a core of people who turn out for you, who are happy to be there and be there for you. You have a great community, and I'm fortunate enough to have a great community too. I don't know what I'd do if all 8,900, I think now, showed up in a live stream, dropped dead from surprise, probably. He's
like, hello everyone. If everyone could donate $5 right now. That wasn't asking for donations. Don't keep your wallets in your pockets. It's fine. I don't need to eat. I'm going to put a little call out there for some last questions or so, because I'm noticing that as I'm talking, my throat is becoming more and more sore. So,
hey, Janie, you want to go to the dance?
I want to go. It happened again. Yes, if anyone has anything we want to talk about over the next sort of 30 minutes or so, 25 minutes, and chat.
I got something to say. Match me. Everybody, I just threw a $5 in.
Oh, son of a match. I mean, thank you. Thank you, Delver.
You're welcome. Match me, you cheap bastards. Get in there and throw a $5 down for this man. He's got a wife and a baby.
I'll go and I'll buy a takeout or something with that $5.
What is a popular thing? A kebab. Go down to the high street and get a kebab.
Kinda. You got to be careful with kebabs.
You do up where you are.
This seems like it's got racial undertones all of a sudden.
Well, I read about what one kebab was made from, and it wasn't pleasant.
Oh, that happens a lot. There is. I'm not going to dox myself too much, but there is a town by a river that took swans from said river and created certain meals out of them, which in the UK is a big no-no. You can't take swans. They belong to the royal family, or specifically the reigning monarch. Subscribe to buy Mrs. Scholar a cheesecake.
There you go. If y'all was here, I'd make y'all one.
Yeah.
And you know it'll be good because it was preceded by the word y'all.
Absolutely. Can I answer a question in the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The plant-based. We completely forgot about that question.
One. There you go, Damien. Damon's throwing in. Come on, guys. Damien,
thank you, David.
You guys can too.
Thank you, guys.
But favorite plant-based monster. I'm gonna go with the wolf in sheep's clothing. It looks like a tree stump with a bunny rabbit sitting on top, and it's
just a rabbit. Look at the bones.
Yeah. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Close second is gonna be the shambling mound.
That was going to be my answer.
Yep, same.
It's got to be the shambling mound.
Yeah. Shambling mound when you're using random weather tables and you roll a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Why make it random? Just give it the thunderstorm.
Oh yeah.
Kill the fuckers.
Yeah.
One thing that I have liked to do with shambling mounds is, because people play the game a lot, they don't mean to metagame, but they see a shambling mound, they know if they hit it with a lightning bolt, bad things happen, right? I like to change the elemental stuff. This shambling mound likes fire.
I've done that with trolls. Describe the troll slightly differently, a tinge slightly. So instead of it being green, it's slightly bluish, and changed which elements.
No, don't describe it all. Just you've activated my trap card, and now you're going to die.
See, now I try and be fair. I try and make sure that the players have a fighting chance. One
that gets so overlooked by DMs, and let me tell you, you guys, hey Death Angels, that gets so overlooked is look at the description for yellow mold in the monster manual. They get smart when they get big. They can psionically attack you.
I've actually been reminded of a plant-based monster, but actually it's not. It's more of a fun guy.
Dad joke.
The violet mushrooms, the purple mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the violet fungi. They look like shriekers, but you get close and they start hitting you with tentacles. And
I've seen enough
on the spot,
to know where this is going.
Yes.
I will say
I saw manga about this.
I have seen many manga about this.
Vixen, while he's on the internet, go rifle through his book collection.
I had a group of these in a cave, and because Brass's character's favorite color is purple, like this paladin just loves purple stuff. Of course, he went straight up to it. Oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah, that has been a bit of a downer to the stream. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Dryads are okay. The thing with dryads is they're not. I suppose you could.
I wouldn't say that they're plant based.
No,
they're more spirits, aren't they?
They're a spirit in a tree. A lot of dryads in modern stuff are just tree people.
Mm.
But actually, they're supposed to be just sexy ladies that live in trees. They're
Yeah.
not supposed to be trees themselves. Like water nymphs. They're not supposed to be water themselves. They are just sexy ladies that live in water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Nereids, per AD&D, are water spirits. They can become like water. They can flow like water. But when they're out of water, they appear as sexy ladies. And literally, depending on the roll of the dice, they can either be playful and flighty, or absolutely just
and just
so
people don't think we're being too hyper focused on the sexy ladies. Selkies are water spirits from Scottish mythology, which are sexy men. Myconids are cool, but they are, they're fun guys, great at parties. Oozes, molds, and slimes. I have a great story for oozes, molds, and slimes, great old ones, because I ran a dragon encounter with a young black dragon who had darkness cast upon himself, and he had blind sight and levels in rogue, so he was constantly getting sneak attack damage, because as he landed, he would cover everything in darkness. But he was paired with black puddings in shallow black water. So when the party started to cross into his territory, the black puddings dissolved the armor and weapons and shield of the cleric, and then the black dragon came down and ganked the cleric. And I really liked doing that fight because it was a young dragon, which is, a bit of a pushover in 5th edition for most parties. And he gave him a real run for the money and killed the healer and did excellently. In fact, he was about to run away, but the party baited him really well. So I sent him in for one last go at one of the party members. And that was the end of that black dragon. Very fun fight. Very fun fight. Brass does this a lot. If you guys go over to Brass's channel, the Brass Drake, he does a lot of these sort of ideas of synergizing between creatures. One of the most evil ideas he came up with was a red dragon, and I think it was iron golems that are immune to fire. Or heal from fire, because the iron golems can engage the party in melee, and the big red can just fly around, recharging its breath weapon, breathe anywhere, heal its allies, and damage its enemies.
Oh, that's evil. I like it.
And you can also put lava in there, because red dragon, just have them stand in the lava as well.
In AD&D, I did a beholder high level party, so they saw the beholder, they saw 3 iron golems in front of the beholder, thought nothing of it. We'll just take out the iron golems, take out the beholder, we're high level. And as weapons bounced off the beholder, the iron golem, because obviously their magical weapons are now no longer magical, something they fixed in 3rd ed, and I didn't like that. It gave a high-level party pause for thought. They got absolutely their asses kicked before they could re-strategize. And I love encounters like that, where you take the expectation out from the party, and they're suddenly plunged into this unexpected encounter. And what they thought was going to happen doesn't, and they're now fighting for their lives.
Well, that's really good. And by the way, Heretic, it's not just that the acid the black puddings are immune. It's not just that the black dragon is immune to the acid from the puddings, but the puddings are immune to the acid from the breath attack. So it's a complete synergy.
Did the party have no magic weapons and armor then?
They did.
They did, because
the cleric did not.
That's why the cleric lost all his...
So the cleric, the only thing left of the cleric by the time he was finished dissolving was some magical gauntlets.
Yeah. And that's something I've disagreed with in 5th edition. When you get a magic item, it's virtually impossible to destroy it. And I actually brought back, one of my house rules I brought back for the last 5th ed campaign was item saving throws. And then if you had a magic item, it had advantage to it.
See, I have been messing around in my downtime with, I've been calling it simple fantasy. And it is basically, what can I, with the least amount of moving parts, strip down to bare bones fantasy, what can I include in just D6 dice to run at a table? For like you create a character and you just go.
Yeah.
And that is something I hadn't considered, which I think I will now try and consider. It's not something that I intend to release or sell or anything like that. It is purely, I don't want to go through the rigmarole of running something big. So here is a really like basicer than basic system to just get us going.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, the biggest danger with fighting beholders in 1E and second is the save or dies the beholder has.
The disintegration ray,
absolutely.
Stuff like that.
It can be vicious. If you're unlucky, you can fall foul to one.
The two times I've used beholders, I found them to be a bit of a letdown in terms of being glass cannons, as I told Vixen in the chat there. If they get the drop on you, Katie bar the door. It's not going to end well, even for a high level party.
Yeah.
The party gets the drop on the beholder, and it just, you might as well have introduced something much fiercer. It's right there on the tin. The best monster to throw at a party at any level, because they are tiered, is a dragon in AD&D. You want the party to have the fun of saying, we slew a dragon. Put the party's 3rd, 4th level, send a 11 or 22 hit point dragon.
Yeah. In fact, you've got that in the second ed player's handbook. You got that picture with them all. They got the dragon slung up on the tree with the chest of treasure, looking chuffed. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you took down a dragon.
Absolutely.
I always want there in the distance to be just a silhouette in the sky coming towards them.
I think that would have been such a great addition to that.
I will say, I don't want to say too much, but my love, dear, you are heading into the Underdark. You are heading into the Underdark in the new year. That tends to be where beholders live.
Well, I need to put a message in the chat.
Oh yeah, Delva, she's got something in there for you.
Accidental set reading Monster Master pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Gonna start DMing. That's wonderful.
This is actually we'll end on this little thing. We were talking about the way DNA of the old school kind of comes to the surface earlier on. And there's another thing that Gary did back in the day, which I think needs to happen more. And I think, Dean, you're doing this a little bit in Untold Destiny, and that is telling players not to read the material so that they can be surprised, so that they can react to things, and have knowledge which is only for the DM or GM.
Yeah,
that needs to be done more of.
It's very difficult to not have players do that. One tact I'm taking is to give the GM tools to quickly generate stuff, to generate content, to make things that are the unusual. Everything we've been talking about here, those are the tools the GM needs, and that keeps the encounters fresh. That keeps your players on their toes.
Excellent.
Well, that is to be honest, that's about where I was thinking the stream would go, sort of like an hour and 50, 2 hours. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, please do give it a like. If you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel, and have a very happy new year. Whilst I have ye here, though, let me go to my my YouTube, and here. Why are you all the way down there? I was only just on you. There is the Delver. Go and subscribe, although I'm pretty sure everyone here already is subscribed to the Dungeon Delver.
Thank you, sir.
And also go and subscribe to Every Games, which has disappeared from the top. I have watched an Every Game video much sooner than I have, or earlier, more recently is the word I'm looking for, than I've watched any of these guys. Where have you gone, Dean?
I'm still here.
They games. That's not you. What the bloody hell?
No, it'll be YouTube at Everray Games.
Yeah, but where is my What the hell are you doing to me, YouTube? Algorithms, man. AI
Yeah.
algorithms. There you are.
They think they know what you want.
Right there. Go and subscribe also to Dean there. And yes, the Rob Kuntz interview, which I actually plugged live as it was getting ready to go and happen when I was doing my Elden Ring's Drizzt playthrough. So yeah, that's a thing you can go and watch with Mr. Rob Kuntz. As Delver said earlier on, you never know when these guys are gonna leave. And Delver's channel is a great trove of interviews with people from, excuse me for saying this, yesteryear. And there is wisdom in those old places to help the tradition move forward. Boys, anything you want to end on in particular?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.